This one's for the fellas. Fellas, let's talk about the P word. The P word is provider. It's tough. I just spoke to a male friend of mine. Actually, I spoke to a couple guy friends, and the theme seems to be very, very similar. Most of them want to be at a specific place in their careers and in their lives, financially, before they want to marry someone. Some of them don't even want to date. I mean, obviously, if your finances aren't good, maybe you shouldn't be worried about dating. However, I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the dudes. You're with somebody, you love her, but you want to wait because you want to get to a place in your life and your career before you decide, I want to marry this person. I think what we've done as a society is put this pressure on ourselves, right? And it's irrational, in my opinion, because of society and where we live now. Listen, man, everything is expensive. It's hard to buy a house by yourself right now. It's hard to really pay for anything. You know what I'm saying? I took my wife, to dinner for her birthday. We paid like $300 something. I mean, we just got some steak, you know what I mean? Like 2 appetizers and some drinks. And we paid a lot. I also live in Los Angeles, so things are very, very expensive these days. So I get it. But here's the thing, man. I would love to be the provider in my family for the rest of my life. And, I think as a man, you feel good about that, right? But listen, man, my wife, she's an artist. She's a singer. There could be a time, that comes where she just takes off and, makes a hell of a lot more money than I do, right? And I have to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? We're in a place in society where we have to make an agreement with the person that we're with, that we're not going to allow what society tells us, what other people tells us, what social media tells us is what the norm or what it should be when it comes to finances. And also, you can't be afraid to talk to your person about finances. I think it's important. But what I want us to realize is that we can't put those restrictions on ourselves as far as when we're gonna get married, because the cold hard facts, you may never get to a place in your life, in your career, or in your finances where you feel like, okay, now I feel like, I'm a millionaire or whatever, and now I can get married. The majority of us aren't going to get there. You might even want to feel like, listen, I want to have a dope wedding. I want to be able to, pay for everything, whatever. I don't know what it is, but that might never come. Same thing with kids. A lot of people don't have kids because, they feel like they can't afford the kids. But here's the thing, you may never get to a point in your life, before having that thing, before having the kid, where you feel like, I'm ready to have a kid. I feel financially stable and well off where I can have a kid, or it might come at a time where it's now you're 50 and 60 and you're not gonna have a kid now when I'm 60. Maybe you might, I don't know. But I feel like if you love someone and they mean everything to you, and you guys have an agreement, you've talked about finances, man, go for it, man. Life is not, gonna wait for you, and I really believe that we've entered a place in society now where things have changed, and we can't allow past norms to be our reality today. And so that's my message to the fellas, man. If you found somebody, man, and you guys talked about finances, it doesn't matter who paid for the date. What matters is, what are you guys building together? What can you guys, because honestly, man, I've experienced this. It is much easier to build when you find the right person. So that's my message. Take it or leave it.